Welcome to another classic car cave. This is a set of wheels that I got from a friend of mine, and we did a trade for some RFXs that we had. And these are 6x13s, but they've got an offset that's further out to the arch, so they make the arch look a bit fuller. They're actually called, there's a website called Mini Wheel Directory, and you can find all the wheels that Minis had on them, just about everything they ever had. And although these look like another style, they're actually called rim stock. They actually have the number on it, ET13 in them. So one of the problems is that they've been lacquered and they've been left for a long time in a container, and the lacquer has started to come off really badly, and there's some aluminium corrosion on them, which fortunately is not deep. So what we want to do is refurbish these wheels. Before I start, I'd like to mention there's a YouTube channel called KGC Engineering. He's a young chap who has a bit young as a business. I think he won Young Restorer of the Year some time back. And he's doing a Mini at the moment, so if any of you guys, watching the site are into the Minis, he's doing a lot of panel work on a Mini, and he explains it very well, and the photography is really good as well, so please go and have a look at that, KGC Engineering. I'll put it in the bottom so you can see it as well, and also this wheel directory website for Minis. And anyway, I'll show you what they're like. I'll do one, and I'll show you what they're like when they're sandblasted, and also show you once they've been painted up. But what I'll do is I'll go to my local auto place where they make up the paint. I'll take this, I'll take a colour with me, and they can match it, and we'll put it into our spray gun and do it, rather than trying to do it. This was done with a spray can, but rather than do that, it's cheaper just to buy the paint and do all four at the same time, you know, in and out. So that's what we're going to do, but I think they'll look nice with them on. They're rimstone, I think they're called. What does it say? Yeah, rimstone, but it's got this number on it, ET13, which I'll put a picture up right at the end, and you can see they're very much like a BBS wheel, but they're called rimstone, and they've got that number ET13 on them, so they must be the correct one. And there's a site called Mini Wheel Directory, and you can see all the types of wheels they're made for Minis. In fact, it was Paul Jeffries that put me onto it, so you can check any wheel that was fitted to a Mini. Really good little site. Took me a little while to find it. I had to go down a fair bit because the BBS are very similar. Anyway, so I'll show you when it's sandblasted. You can see it going on. It kind of foams up. I don't know if you can see it there. And hopefully it's like an acid base etching it, and we'll see how that goes. One of the biggest issues, obviously, from a tyre point of view, is we need to make sure that these sealing areas here and here are perfect, because obviously we'll have a problem with the tyre sealing, the air sealing in it. So we're going to have to make sure we do all these, so I'm going to put a bit on there as well. If I can take it down now. I'll just see. I only bought one of these just to check it, just to make sure it will work, and then we'll kind of go from there. And I'll come back after an hour and see exactly how it looks, see if it's doing the job. The sun's still on here, so I'll just do that a little bit. It's not been taken off with a sandblast so far. Well, this has been about, I don't know, about 24 hours later. You can see how the paint's come off. I think that's mostly paint, I think that's lacquer, but it is pulling the paint off. really it's just to stop all this crap going into the sandblasting machine or into the cabinet, but you can see it is taking it off. So we'll get some more of that and we'll put it on, and you can definitely see the clear coat is coming away. So it looks like that's gonna work. But yeah, that's certainly ripping that off, that's for sure. Well, if it stops all that going into the sandblasting cabinet and being recycled through the gun, then that would be a good thing. So I'll get some more of that. So that kind of works, but it's about the best thing we've tried so far. This is a start of a tyre holder for the spares for the track day car. So basically you can get about 10 wheels into it, and then it will be strapped right across the top down onto with a come along. What I'll do is I'll put pads on the bottoms, and also there'll be a piece that fits onto the back of the trailer, so it's basically secured on the back of the trailer, or where the A-frame is. It'll be secured there onto the trailer, and then a standing leg with a strap right across all the tyres. The other thing I'm going to do is make a box section like this. You can see this is 3 and this is a 35mm. What we'll do is we'll open one side up so that it goes onto here, so it'll slide in sideways, and then we can put a bar. I'll show you what I mean. So basically it'll be a bar goes across. You imagine there's 8 tyres, 9, 10, whatever it is. We've only got 8. If we've got a complete set of wet weather or wet track day tyres and another set of dry, there'd be 8 in there, but at some point we'd want to kind of keep them together. So what I'll do is I'll make something with this box section on the end here, which will slide up into here, and then we'll weld it so you can, and it'll have some kind of thumbnail screw on that, just a nut welded with a T-bar on it, and that'll keep all the tyres together at one end, and then a strap over the top. Very basic, but it'll do the job, and it doesn't have to stay on the trailer. And because the trailer's so long, it's not in the way. A lot of the race car trailers, these tyre racks are higher because the bonnet needs to go underneath them, but we don't need it with the Mini. There's plenty of space on it. And also, the other thing we can do with this as well is, if, for instance, like on the last time we were out, we had a problem with the clutch and we got it back on, but if something should happen to the clutch or an accident or whatever, I was thinking about getting a winch for it, but for the amount of times we'll need it, it seems like quite a big expense. So what I'm going to do is use, I have this system here, which is more than capable of doing the job we need. We've used this before, and just put it onto straps, and then just winch the car on. If it was damaged, or the clutch went again, or the engine blew, or something like that. It'll be a rare occasion we have to actually do that, hopefully. So and then we can just winch it. We can put the winch wire right the way through, and then bring them on. So that's the next thing. So all this is only just, I just started making it up. Obviously the base will have some rebar going across just to keep it all strong, and very big pads as well. And it should fit. I measured it off the trailer, so it should be an easy enough thing to take on and off whenever we're not using it. What I might do is, I've got some rebar, and I might just attach the rebar inside the wheels, so the wheels are the same level as the base, so we could basically just lift, the two of us could lift the whole thing off. I'll see if that's going to be practical or not. I'm pretty sure we could lift 8 tyres between us, and the frame doesn't weigh that much, and we'll see how we get on from there. But that's the basics of it. It's only just tack welded together, but I think it'll do the job. And as I say, I believe we can get 8 in there, no problem, because it's 2 meters long, and those tyres, each one of those wheels is around 20 centimeters. So that's 80, it's 160. So there's plenty of space, and it'll fit everything we've got. And I've left a bit of gap on them because obviously if they were overinflated, we'd have to push them in to get them in. But it would make them tighter. So we'll develop it over the next week and see what we end up with. But it should be easily movable on and off. And maybe rather than keep taking the tyres out, moving this and putting the tyres back in, maybe we'll see and put a handle on either end and see if maybe we could actually lift it off with the 8 tyres on it, or wherever how many we're going to have on it. And possibly even use the handle, if we made a handle here, possibly even use that for putting the tyre strap through onto the trailer. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. So on that note, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and I'll catch up next week with another update and let you see how this looks. Hopefully there's enough paint. This litre paint will do these four wheel rims, and it might even do this frame with a bit of luck. We'll see how we go. Anyway, take care everybody, bye.